baby Louie's autism assessment. Now, I've had a few questions asking how comes baby Louie hasn't been seen yet, considering Oscar and LJ was meant to be seen at the same time. So LJ is actually only 16 months. Now, the child development team brought CCON in and partnership with them just for a short while so they can shorten their caseload at the child development team. And LJ was passed on to CCON along with Oscar. Now, because Oscar had multiple evidence, Oscar had his speech and language report, he had school's report, and CCON was able to see him. Now, LJ's 16 months, usually CCON doesn't take children under the age of 2. So when I spoke to the paediatrician at CCON, he was shocked to know that LJ was even accepted on their system. Anyhow, so LJ's assessment has been postponed, and they have wrote back to the child development team asking for more information because Louis was initially referred to early years intervention, which Elsie was referred to about 5 months ago, but we haven't heard anything from them. So what's happened now is the health visitors referred LJ to speech and language because LJ doesn't say a word still. He used to say mum and dad when he was about 8 months old, like mum, da, but he stopped doing that. The only things he can say is she, because I call him she. That is it. And he tries to say fish, but those two are the only things that he does say. So in a short story is LJ is postponed for how long, I don't know. But once he is seen by speech and language, which is going to be a while because it takes some time in this area. Oscar was on the waiting list for, I think, 6 months before he was seen by the speech and language here. Still shorter than some areas, but it's still quite long when we're waiting for something like this. And finally, am I worried about LJ? I never used to be, but I now most certainly am. I'm worried about his speech. He literally he always wants to be in a high chair, or if we put him down, all he does is follow you and cry and moan. He will have meltdowns for absolutely no reason, scream, and then I say, come on LJ, come on me, and he will run off the opposite way screaming still, hysterical for no reason. There's a few things there, but again, I can't be certain because he's so young. But he's not like Elsie, how Elsie was at that age. LJ does have the understanding there because I'll say, where's your fish? And he will go to the fish tank. However, it is very limited. If I was to say, where's one of the siblings, he doesn't quite understand. If I say, where's your bottle or dummy, he doesn't understand that. That is the update on the LJ. And whenever the time comes, I'll let you guys know. It could be a year from now, it could be 5 months, who knows.